Alright, so this is Surviving a Narcissist. I think we're on part 3 now. Like I said, so when I first met him, I was, in Birmingham. I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to have fun. Like I said, with my background, I went over what a narcissist is. So the other thing that I was concerned about after this relationship was over and I became a single parent, I really wanted to do a self-reflection as to what was it about me that attracted, a narcissist. Because one of the things I have learned in therapy, actually, whether we realize it or not, we attract certain people, and we allow, things to happen to us, whether it's knowingly or unknowingly. Excuse me, whether it's knowingly or unknowingly, whether knowingly or unknowingly, we allow whatever happens in a relationship is what we allow, basically. So if things are happening in your relationship and you choose to allow these things to happen and you choose to stay, you're knowingly or unknowingly, you're letting that person know, like, hey, she's okay with that, because even if you leave the person, and then you end up taking the person back, you're basically telling them this is what you will allow. And they just felt like, okay, she's going to keep taking me back. She's not going anywhere. So anyway, I really wanted to, kind of deep dive and say, like, okay, this is my second, hold on, I got to think. This is like the second relationship that I've been in that did not last. And after a while, you really have to think about, like, okay, I think I'm doing everything I'm supposed to be doing as far as, being a human being and, treating people right and all that. But, like, I still, after all the work I did, all the years went by, and I still ended up being a single parent. Like, what is it? You're not saying that, and I'm not saying that either, that there's something wrong with you as a person. It's just, you just have to do a self-reflection and figure out, like, why does this keep not working? Like, why do I keep getting in relationships that just end up not working? They just don't work out, like, for one reason or another. Like, what is it? And now I'm a single parent now, after I did all this work on myself. Like, why am I still at the big age I am? Like, why did I end up being a single parent? So not only did I research what a narcissist was, but I did look up, like, what is it that attracts a narcissist? Like, what is it? Like, what was it? Like, what was it that attracted that narcissist to me? So I'm just going to read it. Okay. Attracting narcissists can be influenced by several factors, often related to personality traits, behaviors, or situations. Here are some possible reasons. Number one, people who are naturally empathetic and compassionate may attract narcissists because they are willing to give a lot of emotional support and attention, which narcissists crave. I am an empath. I'm empathic. I can feel what other people are feeling. So that is the number one thing that attracts a narcissist. If you are an empath, or if you are always being empathetic and putting yourself in other people's shoes, that whole, treat people the way you want to be treated or how they want to be treated, vice versa. I am that. That is what I am. And that is also how I was raised, as in a Christian home. That is, like, all over the Bible. Love your neighbor as yourself. Treat people the way you want to be treated. So that is, like, the number one thing that will attract the narcissist, is if you're an empath, because you have a desire or a need to help others and help people feel good about themselves. And that is the main thing a narcissist wants and needs. Like, they need to be bragged on and made to feel good. So they'll come at you acting like whatever, and they're really just seeking attention, and they're seeking a compliment. They're seeking praise. They may down talk themselves and be negative because they know that you're going to be positive and you're going to try to build them up as a person. They know these things. So that is the number one thing that attracts a narcissist, and that is, like, literally who I am as a person. Number two, low self-esteem. Individuals with low self-esteem may be susceptible to narcissists, who can be initially charming and validating, offering the affirmation that they seek. Okay, so a person has low self-esteem. I don't think I have low self-esteem. I grew up my whole entire life feeling like I didn't have low self-esteem. But, they got me to thinking, okay, so he was, in the very first beginning of our relationship, he was constantly always, complimenting, bragging, buying things, giving me gifts, anytime I need anything, help with basically anything I needed help with, he was like right there. Like if I needed help on my job, he was right there. If I needed help with a bill, he was right there. Like I told you, I was needing help with my health, changing my health around, and he literally was right there with everything I needed to change my life around, my health. I'm saying all the support that he gave me when it came to my health and everything. Like literally, he was doing all of that because although I didn't have low self-esteem, I am a disabled veteran and I did need a lot of help with a lot of things, and he was literally like right there. Like all I had to do was pick up the phone or send a text, and bam, he was right there. So I was like, okay, even though he has all these different friends or whatever, he still makes time to come do what I need help with, right? Okay, next, people pleasing tendencies. Those who tend to prioritize others' needs and avoid conflict might attract narcissists who exploit these traits for their benefit. All right, yes, if you do not like conflict, you avoid conflict at all costs. I'm that type of person. I do not like conflict. I don't like controversy. Now, I'm down for a good discussion, but I don't like arguments. I don't like yelling. I don't like people raising their voice. I don't like any of that. Although I am a Christian, I'm also a Libra, and that's one of the traits of a Libra is, we literally, we like balance. We like everybody. I'm always like, can we just get along? Like I will literally just say okay to you to avoid an argument. Like I don't like arguments. I don't like confrontation. But that stems from my childhood, right? And how I was raised. And I'm not bashing or saying anything negative about how I was raised. But as a Christian, being raised in a Christian household by Christian parents, it was always about making sure that the other person was happy. Making sure you treat your neighbor as yourself. Love your neighbor as yourself. All of the things that we learn about when we're going to church, going to Bible class, all of those things, those are things that are like, literally, it's almost like you being on a landing strip, and it's like like, come on, narcissist, come on, you come talk to me, because basically I have everything you need to survive as a narcissist. I'm giving it to you, and not even knowing that I'm giving it to you. Like I'm literally giving you everything you need to keep being a narcissist. Everything you need to take advantage of me, I'm literally laying it right here on the table for you. All right. Yeah, like I said, people pleasing tendencies. Codependency, a tendency towards codependency where one derives their sense of worth from caring for others, can attract narcissists who thrive on being the center of attention. All right. I can't even tell you how many relationships that I've been in where I get out of the relationship, and then I always say, I'm not looking, I'm not going to talk to anybody, I'm just going to be friends, and then bam, I find myself in a relationship again. But that was all me though. That was me. Like I literally could have said no to the person. But when the person came at me and I said, I'm not looking for anything, they basically did everything they could to try to convince me like, hey, I am what you're looking for. I'm not like the other people, yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. Like we literally, me and him literally started out saying that we are not relationship people. We're not going to be in a relationship. And this is actually a perfect situation because I knew what kind of person he was. He knew what kind of person I was. He said all the things that I wanted to hear. And I didn't even realize, though, that he was saying everything I wanted to hear. I didn't realize it. Okay, next. It says unresolved childhood issues. Yeah, that's a biggie, and I'll talk about that another time. But yeah, I do have a lot of unresolved childhood issues and a lot of childhood trauma. So basically, he took advantage of all of that and exploited it to his benefit. But the blessing that I got was, I have my 2 boys. That was a blessing at the end of this whole situation. But there will be another part. I think we're on part 2 now. Maybe part 3. But yes, there will be another part. And we'll dive more into how I became a single parent and how I really survived being with the narcissist, because I know I ended up coming out on top of the whole situation. So stay tuned for the next part, you guys. And if you are a single parent and if you are in a relationship with the narcissist, you too can survive and come out on top. Keep going.